All right, we're live. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. Wherever you are, it means a lot. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the entire team at Gracie Barra Online. It means a lot for Master Carlos Gracie Jr., that so many people from our global community of thousands of students, instructors, school owners, athletes, staff, that we're taking a moment to honor what's about to happen here today. Um, to me, and I've been around Gracie Barra for a long time, it's my 28th year, is a very special moment. And I've been around long enough to have a real appreciation for what we're doing here today. This team is amazing. The people from Gracie Barra are amazing. But every once in a while, every generation has some people that stand out. And they stand out, well, to stand out at Gracie Barra, you have to be a good human. And this professor, this champion certainly is. But they also stand out for what they have done to move our organization forward, to move Jiu-Jitsu forward, right? It all starts back in 1986 with Master Carlos Gracie Jr. founding our team officially at that school in Barra da Tijuca, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And here we are, man, 35 years later. Actually, this year we're celebrating our 35th anniversary. Here we are with this amazing global community. More than 100,000 people were part of this and growing very strong. We're now over 850 solid locations worldwide, and we're growing at a very, very solid pace despite some of the toughest, if not the toughest of the times that we all have been through with this global pandemic. Today, it's the global launch date for the GB3 No Gi online program. The professor that has stopped his entire life for weeks to be able to download his knowledge and organize it in a platform that fits seamlessly into our training structure is a person that I personally admire a lot. And even if he hadn't accomplished anything in life, in his professional career as a competitor and as an instructor, I would still would like to learn from him because to me, he's a jiu-jitsu wizard and really a person that has helped to move the game of grappling, whatever you think of it, gi, no gi, MMA, the game of grappling has gone to another level because of him. So I think we should all have very strong sense of gratitude towards this individual that we're going to meet in just a little bit. So I'm passing the torch. Actually, I don't even know if I can say that, man, because I look up to him so much, and I had a chance to look over the techniques firsthand. And man, what he's been able to put together is incredible. But yeah, I was honored to be the instructor of the GB3 online gi, and we did that about a year ago in the middle of the pandemic. We locked ourselves in a studio, and we were able to record it. Very happy with the outcome and the opportunity I had to download my jiu-jitsu and deliver it to you on a structured manner that you could use it on a day-to-day training at Gracie Barra. And now he's done the same for No-Gi. And I'm very proud of the GB Online team for creating this ecosystem of training programs with so many legends of our team, starting with Master Carlos Gracie Jr. with GB1, and then with Professor Victor doing the GB2 Gi, Professor Tussa doing the GB2 No-Gi, Sensei Henrique Machado doing this special series of takedown for GB2, Professor Pimpolho, Rodrigo Fajardo, doing the first instructional from GB Online in Portuguese with the GB2 Gi. Then I did the GB3 Gi, and now this soon, you meet him soon. This professor is releasing very soon his GB3 No Gi. And it's the first time, guys, the first time that someone has dared to endure the long hours that it takes for us to be able to produce these 4 months training program, both in English and in Portuguese. So if you're not grateful yet, now you should be. You have no idea how much goes into these things. But if somebody was going to push this thing to the next level, I knew it was going to be him. Glad you're here with us today. I hope you're already a subscriber of GB Online. If you're not yet, I'll give you plenty of reasons to be. If after today you decide not to be, it's because you're crazy. Or maybe you're not crazy enough about Jiu-Jitsu, because there's so much you can get there. But go to gbonline.link/subscribe. Okay? gbonline.link/subscribe. And a bonus reason, or an additional reason for you to go there and subscribe is because, man, we're going to have a special set of giveaways during this meeting. GB Online is actually paying for 50 people to receive their rank certificates. So GB Online is going to be paying for it at no cost to you. 30 minutes into this meeting, we're going to have a link for you to actually put your information. And if you are a GB Online subscriber, at that point, you'll be running to be one of the lucky ones. But in addition to that, GB Online is also paying for 50 people to be able to attend the Virtual World Summit that is taking place this November, the Virtual World Summit. As you all know, the in-person experience is pretty much sold out. So GB Events is actually putting together a virtual experience. Pretty incredible stuff is happening there. You guys will be excited about it. So that's also part of the giveaway. So again, 50 rank certificates, 50 tickets for the Virtual World Summit. You have to be a GB Online subscriber, so you have about 30 minutes to go to gbonline.link/subscribe, and then just sign up there. And then when the link pops up, you put your name, and you guys actually have a chance of winning these prizes. Pretty exciting stuff. Galera que está vendo do Brasil, a gente vai fazer todo esse lançamento aqui, a primeira hora em inglês, tá? Mas a gente vai fazer a gente vai trocar para português depois da primeira hora. Vai ter um resumão aí de 30 minutos em português. Então, o que vocês não conseguirem aproveitar, a gente vai trazer aí para o português também, tá bom? I'm just saying that we're going to have a 30 minutes summary in Portuguese right after the hour, but the entire launch, we're going to be conducting this in English. Okay, guys, without further ado, I don't want to steal the thunder. We have a lot to cover. We're going to be here for the hour, actually about 45 to 50 minutes. So plan to be here. There's a lot of exciting stuff that we want to unveil to you. But that's it. As a brief intro, let's just go ahead and roll the first intro video that we wanted to show you guys and officially reveal to you the legend, the GOAT that has been the genius behind the GB3 online no-gi program. Let's go, GB Online. Let's roll the video. Boa, Braulhão! Awesome, Professor. So
Dude,
cool.
It's
How are you feeling, brother? How are you feeling? Tell us.
It's been an incredible moment for me in my career. You know, probably the most enjoyable in terms of fulfillment. And Professor Flávio, before we start talking, it was really, really hard for me to listen to all the words that you have said to me online and not be able to comment in front of people. And I didn't want to send a message to you privately because I wanted to tell you in person. Like I knew I was going to get emotional because when something really means to me, it really does, And and I remember the first time, man, that you went to Recife, you all get to know the area, and then you went there to train, and I know I was always looking up to so much, like in many many different ways, with your integrity, the way that you handle as an athlete, and the way that you handle as a leader, and you gave me a number. I was only a blue belt. I was so chuffed. I can't believe I have Flavio Almeida's number. You know what I mean? And you became a very big reference for me because if there was someone in our team that was so professional, an athlete, what was you? And coming to hear the words that you gave, it's like that means a lot to me, brother. Honestly, and it's and vice versa, bro. I'm really glad that you have been one of my references, along to many others. But man, I'm really, really big fan of you. And it's amazing, guys. I'm so over the moon with all this. This year, it was been tough years for all of us in the pandemic, but I think that showed our unity, showed what we are all about, and having that opportunity to deliver something that never seen before, and I was really looking forward to that day to come. And now I can tell you, thank you so much, bro. Your words means a lot to me. I really appreciate, brother, for sure. I love you, man.
Love you too, man. It's man, I'll say this. It's pretty incredible what happens inside this team. We all go through so much, to move this organization forward. And man, one of the coolest things is that there's so much appreciation, towards one another at all levels. To me, man, my biggest inspiration are people say, "Oh, my biggest inspiration is Master Carlos Gracie Jr." For sure, man, that's a given. But the biggest inspiration that we all have are just amazing people from Gracie Barra. We all fighting our battles, and we all work really hard because we're part of this team, because we fight for each other. I mean, like I said at the beginning, every generation has a few standouts, and you're one of them, man. You are one of them, and I think you deserve. You actually said that on our last meeting that you still remember when you won the absolute. Was a super fight of ADCC or the absolute or something like that against Jacaré. Yeah, the absolute. And I said, I was trying to find what I was going to tell you, right? Because we've been friends for many years, and I've been following your career. And all I could say is just, Braulio, you deserve everything that is happening to you, man, because it's awesome when a good human being becomes so accomplished. And it sucks, man, when a terrible human being becomes well accomplished. So I think the example that you have set, not just in terms of your skills, but your character, it really, really inspires a lot of people, including myself, man. And like I said, I told you then, I'll tell you now. You deserve everything that is happening to you, man. And we're the lucky ones to have you on this team. And I saw the videos, man. I'm going to steal your heel hook tomorrow. I'm going to bring to the competition team because they're all training for the pen no gi. So I hope they can become champions using your submission, brother. How about that?
Man, that's incredible. Man, there's a lot of gems on this program. Thanks again for the words, Vladimir, man. I remember those words very clearly in my mind, and it was one of the stand out the most out of the message that I got. You get a lot of messages from many people, right, when you get to that level. But those are one of the, it stand out to me and that I deserve, and then that sticks to me a lot because it becomes that. If I believe in my journey that everything happens for a reason, but not is written on the stars, but that according to the choices that you make, and especially the intentions of the choices you make in your career. And man, and now we're here, again, like head professor of the Gracie Barra Online after this pandemic, when we show so much unity, probably one of the biggest accomplishments in my career, for myself, because that means more than anything, I said that before, because not just being good in what you do, is not only be sociable or well related or well communicated or crazy like me, but you gotta have trust between us. to be able to be in that position, and that means more than anything, because my integrity always goes towards that. When I have someone that trusts on me, I give even 120%. And I'm really excited, man. And when you mentioned about the heel hooks, like this was a perfect timing. That was never. This wasn't planned many years, many months ago. It was coming as in the flow, and suddenly the IBJJF opened up the opportunity to put heel hooks involved.
Man, let me tell you this. You started recording and you asked me, Flavio, is it okay if we put heel hooks? And I'm like, hold on. So I called IBJJF and I said, guys, can you change the rules because Bravo wants to teach you hooks? So they changed it because of you, man. It's your fault.
I knew it. See, but man, like it's great, man. I prepared something very unique. I put a lot of time into it, a lot of effort into it. I have been studying jiu-jitsu in a different level for a while, since when I achieved all my goals as a competitor. I've always liked to prove people wrong, because I've heard since when I was a blue belt that what's the point of training so hard, because when I get to the competition, the world championships, I'm never going to win because people are training with the world champions back in Rio and São Paulo. And then I got the Pan American champ as a blue belt, and then I got the Pan American champ as a purple belt, and then it goes, but in a brown belt it will be different, and boom, and then but now it's a real thing, black belt, boom, prove them wrong. Right. And then I've heard as well that if you are a good competitor, you can never be a good professor. So I said, man, I'm going to prove that wrong. And then I studied, and I believe that, we all, whoever, it doesn't matter where you got your success from. You understand that if you really search, you will find. It's all about how much time you put into it. And then I have been put a lot of time into understand jiu-jitsu and all the kind of all the real concepts, and then I put a lot of time into it. Like I'm doing like a PhD and extra PhD in different areas, and I'm feeling it. And I'm so proud to be able to put a big sample of what I have learned and developed in my career on the last 24 years and put here, especially for our team. And this is my way of give back, because I believe that when you have a perfect match of relationship, it doesn't matter what it is, if he's a professor, a student, or if a student with student, father, son, boyfriend, girlfriend, and everything, brothers and sisters. If both of the parties has appreciation, if both of the parties gives back, it cannot go wrong. It cannot go wrong. It's an infinite of positivity bouncing on one or the other, And now is the time that I really was looking forward to give back. Everything, like since the first time I met Master Carlos Gracie Jr., that the little phrase that he gave me, a little chat that he gave me, talk to me, that meant more than anything. When I went to compete at the World Championships and the Brazilian Championships, I lost the first fight, and I went there at last day of training. Master Carlos Gracie Jr. got me on the side, called me, hey, champ, what's up? What's your name? I said, my name is Barra. Where are you from? I'm from Recife. He goes, there's something about you, man. Keep training. Choose right your friendship. Be around good people. Don't stop training, because there's something about you. And then now I'm here delivering that. This is crazy for me. That kid from Recife, come all the way years after years. There's a lot of consistency and a lot of credibility and coherence in the both parties, and a lot of appreciation on both parties, and a lot of give back to both parties. But now is the time that I want to give for everyone. It's my time to give everything that I've ever developed. And I think I did a okay job. I think people are going to enjoy it. I really can't wait.
Well, I'm not going to agree with that. You've done an amazing job, my brother. Guys, Braulio created a masterpiece, okay? I'm a jiu-jitsu enthusiast, much like most of you. I like to study jiu-jitsu. I can appreciate when knowledge is chained together in a very special way. And what you created, Braulio, is a masterpiece. And, the body of knowledge that and all of the pieces that you put together on this puzzle, it really expresses the highest level of jiu-jitsu, no-gi jiu-jitsu that I've ever seen, but in a way that most people can assimilate and understand. Certainly all of the professors, And if you work with, of course, with a class of beginners, you can adapt the situation to the class you're dealing with. But Braulio, I have a question for you because, man, you're one of the most accomplished no-gi and no-gi competitors in the world, and you've done many instructionals in the past, and you have your own Steam in action. You've done some pretty cool stuff online, but you've never done a no-gi thing, man. So why is it that you decide to do it now?
That's a good question. I'm gonna call Flavinho now from now on. For Flavinho, we're friends.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
It's a good question because we all started no-gi ourselves, right? Actually, for the first time that I trained no-gi, I was already brown belt, Pan American champion brown belt, and then I took my gi for the first time. So of course, the first thing that you do when it comes down to a tutorial or people will contact you for what you've been doing for longest, and then I have done gi for most of it, and then the gi it was what I started, so it's my bread and butter. With the no-gi after the DCC, I transferred a little bit from the grappling to the MMA and stuff, but I wanted to know a lot more, including the leg lock system that I wasn't so specialist, and then I decided to put a lot of time into it, and then to choose the right time to put out there, because I didn't want to show just what people are seeing all the time. I wanted to dive deep and bring my own understanding to shine, because the way that I teach is not just by showing someone a sequence or a concept or a technique itself, or or a strategy. I like to explain the reason why everything works, because people will take their own conclusions and make their own way. Everyone is different, right? You cannot just do exactly how I do it. And to be able to pass a very deep explanation that can pass so simple, something so can come across so complicated, but if once you know, you can break down in a way that anybody can understand. And I wanted to spend more time developing. I wanted to spend more time diving in. And then came the opportunity when came the IBJJF put the heel hook into it. I said, "Mom, that's the time that there cannot be a better time to put it on."
We've been getting a bunch of questions here in the office from professors all over the world. What do we do with this? Should we start teaching new hooks? We told them, do it, but make sure you teach them how to do it safely, right? So the fact that your program is coming out soon is so good, because they'll be able to see from a person of your caliber how it's done, and how it's done in a way that people don't need to get hurt. So it's awesome, man. Braulio, I want to invite the GB Online team now to actually show one of the techniques. And guys, by the way, today is the global launch. Okay, so today is May the 4th, right? You said something about Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. Right? I didn't know there was a thing in the UK. It's just a thing here in America, man. It's all connected. Also, guys, May the 4th is the day that we finished filming our first no-gi instruction with Professor Tusa. I think it was 2 or 3 years back, right? So the universe seems to be working on the direction of the creation of this amazing platform for the benefit of all of us. But I wanted to give people, our community, Braulio, that is here with us, the opportunity of seeing firsthand some of the amazing things that you're showing there. So GB Online team, please, let's roll the techniques so everybody can see what's available, what's going to be available for them on June 3rd. All right, guys, so we are on the week 5A, third technique. Okay, so we have been going through the knee bar from the Z or L-shaped guard, and I will approach now with the possibility of getting an even better position, which is going to be one of my favorite positions that I in terms of footlocks. Never share this to no one, so you guys are going to be the very first one to see online, and it's very powerful, and I will explain the concepts behind, but it comes down from the attack of the knee bar, and I get a little better position, and I'll capitalize on that, which will become a heel hook. All right, so let's see how it goes. Going to the Z guard, well, ship guard, whatever. I will attack the knee,
this position here is very hard. It's impossible to escape, to be honest. When this position here is over, there's no legs, nothing else to do against me. He cannot turn away because of his leg strapped. He cannot go back there because this foot strapped. Just by being here, look, try to move yourself here from here, Jacob. He cannot go nowhere, right? So it's very strong. It's my favorite heel hook attack. Okay, let's explain a few things. So, two things that I have been seeing and developing in my game lately is the understanding of the concept of compressing or expanding. So every time that I am around some part of the body of my opponent, I want to close the edges together. If I want to control these two fingers, all right, there is no better way than pinch the edges. There's no better way to stop moving. I cannot open, all right? It's like wrapping the crab's claw. If you wrap the crab's claw, you can never bite you, right? The other concept is expanding things between of my opponents. For example, if I'm in between, if I expand to the maximum, I cannot close. I cannot close if I expand, and I cannot open if I'm compressing. I would say the expansion concept would be the stick on the crocodile's mouth, for example. You cannot start. If you cannot start, you cannot end, right? With that said, it's the best way of controlling or manipulate my opponent to be stuck. So with that said, let's analyze a little bit what happens. I'm here, I'm far, he's in a way, so I'm gonna go expand him to catch the foot. If I get here, look, I go one, and don't let this foot to stretch, right? You stretch the foot here, Jacob. See, I don't want that. Go back. If you get the toes, try to span here, Jacob. See, if I hold here, try to span, Jacob. If I twist, he has to follow me. I can cross the legs here, there is no problem. Now look, I have time. Right? He can try to stretch your legs here, Jacob. See, look. He can, while I'm doing that, there's no way he can go nowhere. In this position here, if the toes is just under my armpits, the leg is completely compressed and he cannot stretch the leg. Try to get out of here, Jacob, a little bit. There's no time, no space. So that's when I go and load the heel with my wrist, back under, and you know what's happening, right? There's no other way that you can escape. This is like the lever that I have here is the greatest lever that you can possibly get into the heel hook. I have never come across, there's no better way of a heel hook than this. Okay, so it's your first hand for you guys. So look at this, 1, 2, if I pull, he's a tap here, look, he's tapping here. Look how much I can go, look. It's a lot of pressure. And all come down to understand the concept of pinching the foot against the butt. See that? Then the toes under my armpits. Try to get out of here. See, only by holding the armpits, I have enough time. I can do this way if I don't have enough time. Here, here, here. This is so solid that I can even use this first way of doing the heel hook already. Just by putting lift under, it's over, right? So everything starts from making the connection with his foot. So here, I bounce him on top, look. It's all. There's no other best way to do a heel hook. All the concept of the heel hook are completely covered. Leg bent to the maximum, toes one direction, heel to the other direction, and he cannot follow. And then it's time, try to grab my hands here, Jacob. See, he can even touch your hand, look. See that? He can't. So I have plenty of time to manipulate. All we need to do is hide the toes, the head of the snake concept, toes, toes, boom, 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 whatever you decide is on. So a little gift for you guys. All right, the most deadly heel hook that I came across. So I hope you guys enjoy and have fun, but with caution. Let's go. My God, how good is that? I never seen it. I never watched myself. Dude,
No, you like it?
you don't understand, man. This is incredible. This is one of my most amazing this development that it's no way out, bro. No way out. I've been there in a few top guys in the world, and I got some compliments.
Man, it's
Isn't it
very
crazy
cool.
about the concept?
No, it's crazy. It's so trapped there, and you can't move to one side because that's the thing about the heel hook, right? It's about pinning the hips. If you can't pin the hips, the guy's just gonna spin out of it, right? And it used to be so with the leg entanglements. There was just about if you could free your knee, then you move your hips and you'll be able to get out.
Yeah.
But the way you have the legs wrapped around the hips there,
The
it's
knee's
no longer
gone.
about freeing the knee. The knee is not going to come out and the hip doesn't move. So just take
I
that.
was looking, said, God damn it.
Checkmate. Man, if you put me on that position before you squeeze, I say, brother, let it go. That's it, man. Let's start again.
But that's how it is. That's how it is, honestly. You cannot put it
It's
on.
checkmate.
It's checkmate. That's it. You gotta be humble, guys. That's it. I cannot let that far. It's really good. I'm very, and also for whoever is watching today, this wasn't the only heel hook that we covered all kind of heel hooks.
No, you start very basic there. It was really cool.
Mhm.
That was really cool.
This
So
was
you-
the jam
Uh-huh.
that I never
Yeah.
showed online to no one in the world. That's first hand throughout team.
Okay, so guys, let's make sure only Gracie Barra people watch this at least for 1 year, and then we can let it out. Let's
Yeah,
not share.
please don't share.
Let's win some tournaments with that thing. Okay, guys, it's time for the giveaway. We're about the 30 minutes mark, so we have the link there for you. It's you just go to gbonline.link/subscribe. Remember, you have to be a subscriber of GB Online. So if you put your name there, but you're not a subscriber of GB Online, that means you're just out of the contest, right? So make sure you put your name in there. Make sure you subscribe to GB Online. GB Online is paying for 50 rank certificates, the black belt diploma, the awesome stuff that we put together for you guys. But they're also paying for 50 registrations for the virtual World Summit. Like I said, the in-person World Summit's pretty much sold out by now, sold out in a few weeks. But you can still attend virtually. And with travel restrictions and stuff, there's going to be thousands of us joining virtually. And you're going to be able to experience everything that is happening there, plus so much more, right? Maybe I'll be able to convince Professor Braulio to teach a seminar there. We'll see. We'll see about that. He's a busy guy. Maybe.
Never know. Never been to Arizona.
You like it, man. You like it. Pretty special state here. Okay, so Braulio, let's keep the ball rolling here, my brother. Tell us a little bit about, because when we build this curriculum, it's not just a random set of techniques that we combine together, right? There are some guiding principles and some central themes that guide. So if I am a student, right, and I am going to start my training, 4 months of training with you, what are some of the main things that the program covers and the main takeaways that I should get from training with you for these 4 months?
Yes, Fabio. This program, it is kind of I try to make as complete as possible, right, within the 16 weeks, with as many variations with attack and defenses, in a way that we can. One thing that I like about is that the beginning connects to the end. I like this idea.
It's like a circle.
When I teach my seminars, I start something, goes around, make the whole story to that connect complete from a different perspective to the end, to show people that once you understand concept, you can make things happen, right? And but my main focus was to give the people the knowledge of, by understanding the concepts, you can make it your own way, however you can perceive, however you can create, because it comes down to creativity, right? And taking the lead on that, that's why something that, we'll talk, you're going to ask this question later. I'll tell you later. Because it's about how I prepare people to understand the knowledge. In my career, I understood that is a blueprint in jiu-jitsu, right? That a lot of techniques has the same concept of completely different approach of other techniques, and then when you start correlating to them, you start making even better the one that you started, right? For example, like Kimura and an omoplata is the same thing. It's just done different with your body. But when you understand why the omoplata is so effective this way and why the Kimura is so effective that way, when you cross references and you understand of each other, your omoplata will become even better with the concept of the Kimura and vice versa. You know, and also the triangle, right? Triangle choke, inverted triangle, reverse triangle, Bravo choke, arm in guillotine, you know, that it's all katagatame. It's the same thing. It's exactly this. Nothing changes.
The
It's
mechanics is the same, right? The
it's just
mechanics
done
is the same.
differently.
Mhm.
So when you
Yeah.
understand, that's when you will understand how to apply the inverted triangle. A lot of people find difficult to apply the inverted triangle because they try to make the force like you do with the triangle, but is inverted because you need to understand why the triangle, the normal way, you pull the head down because it's to make the compression to the shoulder to the neck. But when you invert it, you cannot pull the head down. So you need to invert that. So I teach and explore a lot of the concepts in explaining the whys. You know, it's like when I teach, my kids like lifestyle. You know, I don't just say don't do it. Why? Because I said so. I never say that. I explain them why. Because then they understand the reason why. Even if they really want it, they can't. They understand the reason why, and that's how I
They
teach.
understand the consequences. Yeah.
Is what I mean. So I explain the why, so you take your own conclusions. Because in fighting, I mean, we all know that if there is if you uncertainty, if you get to a way that you don't really know if you need to go left or right, if you get a little unsure, it's already too late. You know,
Yeah.
and then if you understand why you're doing something, every time that I fight in the tournament, even when I roll with the same person over and over again, it's always slightly different because the person tried to escape is slightly different. So you have to know the real adjustment. But if you try to copy the steps A, B, and C, it's not always going to go. But when you understand the why you did A, B, and C, you can readjust according to how they try to say. So that's what the main goal, what I try to highlight to people. It's like I make them, instead of microscopic invisible jiu-jitsu, I try to expand for you to
Yeah.
see in a microscopic way so you can understand the reason why.
And it's really cool because we could see that right away on just on one video. You could see that you work some redundancies, right? You go back to the same ideas and you just express them differently in many different techniques. And every time I'm learning from you and I'm asking you questions on the mats, you seem to touch always on the same idea. Sometimes you have some new ideas that you bring it in, but it seems like your whole knowledge is organized into some core ideas. And to me, it's been great because when I'm with you on the mats, there's always so much to be learned, and it's impossible to remember everything. But I have this feeling that you have not only upgraded my game, but you have upgraded my ability to think jujitsu. So you have taught me how to think better. And that's really one of the greatest things that I always take away from you and from Professor Victor as well. Professor Victor is still your brother. He seems to have the same approach. And it's a really, really special thing that makes you guys very, very gifted teachers. Professor, I want to take a moment here just to acknowledge the people who are here. Guys, you already have submitted 50 submissions, so the giveaway is done. So I'm sorry if you missed it. We only had 50. So it's done. That's it. So with GB Online, they will be working on, they will get back to you guys via email and say who has won what and stuff. So you guys are good to go. And galera que tá do Brasil, galera em português, o Braulio vai estar online no Instagram da GB Online, logo depois aqui desse live da primeira hora.
Giveaway também para gente do Brasil, hein?
Vai ter um giveaway separado lá para vocês, galera. Então a gente sempre tem o Brasil aí no coração e com certeza a gente vai fazer uma coisa especial ali para vocês no Instagram. Um pouquinho de paciência aí, já já a gente está junto lá. Professor, back to you. I just want to highlight a couple things here. There's so much, there's a wealth of knowledge that you're already sharing with us. I just want to highlight, guys, if you come into this training program that's going to be released on June 13th, right? That's when all of the techniques are going to be made available at the GB Online Learning Platform. There are, Braulio, correct me if I'm wrong, but there are 6 teams, right? Separated in 2 categories. Under attacks, the category of attacks, so offensive moves, you focus primarily on footlocks, heel hooks, Kimuras, and Americanas. And on the escape or the defensive side, you focus on heel hook escapes, knee bars, and neck attack escapes. Is that an accurate description of the overall structure of the curriculum, the program?
Yeah, it's basically this. I decided, Flavio, because there's so much you can give, right?
Yeah, it's impossible to do it all, right? You feel like it, but it's impossible.
Man,
so you have to make a tough decision.
You get that, man, that has so much. You need to hold back a little bit. At the same time, if it's too much, it can spoil the finesse of everything. Because my idea is, if you want to complete this program or this 4 months, you will see jiu-jitsu completely different. That's I guarantee you. If you follow and listen and take as much as you can understand, you will see jiu-jitsu in a different way. I can guarantee you. And I wish someone had done that to me when I was back in Recife, but only when I was in Rio that I had this opportunity to learn the real thing, right? Now, I came up with the idea of the GB Online team to create a support videos to prepare for whoever is going to be doing the course, okay? And on these 6 videos, right, it is like I'm teaching a little bit of the blueprint that I talk throughout the whole program. The blueprint.
So the underlying concepts, you break them down in several videos. So that's the blueprint.
Yes,
and man, that's awesome.
Yes, and this will be released, I think, by whoever is already a subscriber is going to have access already for the first video next week.
Okay. So June 13th, all the techniques are going to come out, but the blueprint is coming out next week.
There's 3.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be
Actually, video 1 is today. I just got a confirmation here from Professor Ryan. The blueprint video 1 is today. Okay, that's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. So basically, because there's so much we can teach, right? So I try to give a support video so people understand even better those concepts with the blueprint, and also to have an understanding that, listen, in jiu-jitsu, we all know, right? If you get nervous, it's not a problem. The problem is when you panic, right? You get under pressure. If you panic, it's over. But you only fear the unknown, right? If you know what's up, you can act towards the problem and try to fix the problem. So heel hooks and jiu-jitsu is a fair thing. It's a completely fair thing. The same, there is a counter for everything, and there's attack for anything. But there's always a counter. It's all about understanding where the danger is. So that's what I try to highlight on on those blueprints. Because in the end of the day, if I break down reverse engineering every attack to every defense, right, it's going to come down to left, right, up, down, push, and pull. That's bottom line, right? So it's only understanding what is the dangers, where it comes from, so you can protect. So when I'm attacking, I'm not just attacking for the sake of attack. I'm attacking at the same time, blocking the counters while I'm attacking. And if that counter is so strong, I make sure that I cancel that counter before even I start the attack, so you don't even know what I want yet. The same way to the defense. If I feel the guy is going to do something that I know my heel is in danger, I hide my heels in a way that he cannot reach with the full power. So therefore, leads away. So it's just understand where the danger comes from. So that's what I try to achieve by giving people those 3 videos, 3 in English and 3 in Portuguese, of course, to give a little bit of a glimpse of what we're going to be showing. It's actually 6,
that's
right?
Awesome.
So 6.
Yeah. 6 of each, right?
6 in English. And then the first 3 is mainly attacks. And the other 3 mainly defense. So it's even up. There's attack and there's defense. When you play both games, the best way.
Yeah, and guys, I'll say this, because I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time with Braulio, in many different instances, in different stages of his career. And it's really a special opportunity for you to, I would say, relearn how to learn jiu-jitsu. The name of this program that is coming out is, I think it does a good justice to what the program stands for, is revolutionize your no-gi game, right? Your no-gi jiu-jitsu game. And it's not because you're going to learn amazing heel hooks, that's part of it, but it's not the only reason. It's not because you're going to learn amazing techniques. It's because Braulio is going to teach you how to think jiu-jitsu on a very special way, right? So something that is very unique to him that I've never experienced with anybody else. And man, I've learned from a lot of people. It's really unique to him and to his brother, Professor Victor. And especially, I just want to highlight the blueprint videos are a big part of it, right? And they're already available to you as of today. So guys, make sure you go to gbonline.link/subscribe. You don't want to miss out. Like I said on the beginning, this is a huge celebration. It's a historical moment for Gracie Barra. We owe this to ourselves, to keep our jiu-jitsu always as good as it can be, but to continue to stay motivated about learning. We'll go through ups and downs in our journey. Sometimes we lose a little bit of the motivation as instructors, as black belts, as high ranked. And every time I have a chance to spend time with you, Braulio, my motivation, my desire, my thirst to learn jiu-jitsu is at another level. So it's a full package there, guys. And Braulio, I have one final question for you. What are the three most important things, right? The three most important things that you feel like a person that goes through a program that they can accomplish. The three most important things we can accomplish as students of yours on this 4 months training program. What would those things be?
Look, I think the first thing you mentioned, that you're gonna have you're gonna learn how to see a different way of how to learn jiu-jitsu. Myself, I came from Recife, from far away from Rio. I have to kind of figure out a way on how to get the gems that I got from you guys and come back and try to work out for 6 months. And then that's how we kind of, I managed to see what made me improve. So I'm trying to give a better way of understand the concept, how to find the concept by reverse engineering. You're going to be very aware what is a heel hook in all kind of ways for defenses and for attacks. And also you're gonna be you're no longer gonna follow a path of a sequence, but you're just gonna feel jiu-jitsu and deal jiu-jitsu as you go, as you wish. Yeah, as I said, everyone is different. I'm different than the new Flavinho. I'm different than Professor Ryan and Victor. We even twins, they have different digitals. We are different. Everyone is different. So we cannot do exactly the same as everyone. But once you understand why they do it, then you take your own conclusions, and that's what I was focused on, to find a way, prepare an amazing material, a special material. And one of my main goals, Flavinho, it was to show something never seen before every single week. So 16 gems out there. I cannot wait for the feedback.
I can't wait either, brother. Thank you so much, Professor. I want to start landing these rockets. It's a launch. I was going to say landing this airplane, but we got to land these rockets because it's a really special thing that is happening here. And I just want to get some information here from the GB Online team. Where is the live em português going to be? Aonde vai ser o live em português? E qual o Instagram? GB Online ou Gracie Barra?
Gracie Barra, Instagram. Agora
não é o GB Online, é o Gracie Barra.
Gracie Barra.
Tá, então, galera, ó, the Portuguese launch is going to be at Gracie Barra Instagram, at Gracie Barra. Tá, galera? Então vai lá, já vai logando que a gente está encerrando. Professor Braulio, I would like to, once again, on behalf of Master Carlos Gracie Jr., every single black belt of Gracie Barra, every single student, my brother, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. As you were speaking, I was thinking about something like this. Man, because you've done this, and it's a huge sacrifice where you stopped many weeks of your life to do this. My daughters, your sons will be able to learn from you, right? Because you're going to get old. So am I. There's going to be a point that our bodies won't move the same. But now, man, it's there for eternity. And I think that's one of the missions of GB Online, is to be able to document the knowledge that exists inside the organization. So many, many future generations can still benefit from it. And I just have this, makes me excited to know that now forever, people will have a chance, and your jiu-jitsu, that's it. Your jiu-jitsu is never going to be forgotten, and it shouldn't be. Thank you, Braulio. Thank you so much, man. Congratulations.
Flavinho, my man, thanks so much for the words, man. No words to describe how happy, how proud, how honored, and how motivated I am. And I thank you for everything. Thank you for everything in the past. Thank you for for everything that you always been there for us on the good and on the bad. I'm never gonna forget. So many things, so many stories. We're gonna spend the hours talking about here, but I cannot wait to see you at the summit. And I'm really looking forward to catch up with you guys, your family. Send my regards to Vivi and everyone. And my man, thanks so much. And I think now we're good hands. I'm so happy, man. Thank you.
Me too, man. All right, GB Online, let's roll the video again, and we're done. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. See you guys soon.
Até já, galera, no Instagram da Gracie.